Hey everybody, welcome back to Social Media, the YouTube channel where we talk horror and nothing but horror. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. And today guys, I'll be doing another movie review for you. And today I'll be reviewing Scream, directed by Wes Craven, and which was released in the USA on December 20th, 1996, and released in the UK May 2nd, 1997. I know I have already reviewed these films, but I thought I'd redo them so I can work my way up until I can do 7. So without further ado guys, let's get into the review and see what I think about Scream. First character with me is Casey Becker, played by Drew Barrymore. She is home alone making popcorn. As she is now on the phone, the person on the other end is voiced by Roger Jackson. She talks on the phone with the person, but she gets spooked when the person on the phone says,
"Do you have a boyfriend?"
No.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
What did you say?
I want to know who...
After she tells the killer she has a boyfriend, he tells her to turn on the patio lights. As she does, her boyfriend is there, tied to a chair. Steve, played by Kevin Patrick Walls. That's when he tells her that she must answer some horror trivia to survive, and her boyfriend...
Name the killer in Friday the 13th.
Jason! Jason!
I'm sorry. That's the wrong answer.
No, it's...
When she loses, but lucky, there's a bonus round, but Steve is killed. She ends up outside the house still holding the phone. As she sneaks, the killer's still inside as her parents arrive home. She tries to call out to her parents but can't speak at all, as she is brought down by the killer, removing their mask, seeing the killer's face, as her parents inside pick up another phone, as they can hear her, when... Then we meet Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell. As she is sat at her computer, she hears a noise, but it's just her boyfriend, Billy Loomis, played by Skeet Ulrich. But that's when her dad shows up, Mr. Prescott, played by Lawrence Hecht, who is going out of town for a few days. After he leaves, Sidney and Billy talk.
Got me thinking of you.
It did?
Yeah. It was edited for TV, you know, all the good stuff was cut out and then...
The next day, Sidney arrives at school but is surrounded by cops and news reporters, as such as Gail Weathers, played by Courtney Cox. This is then when we meet Sidney's best friend, Tatum Riley, played by Rose McGowan, who tells Sidney about what's happened.
You don't know? Casey Becker and Steve Orth were killed last night.
No way. And we're not just talking killed, we're talking splatter movie killed. Ripped open.
As Sidney is in class, she is told that it's her turn. As she goes to the principal's office, this is where we meet Principal Arthur Himbry, played by Henry Winkler. With him is Sheriff Berg, played by Joseph Whipp, and Deputy Dewey Riley, played by David Arquette, who is Tatum's older brother. They are there to ask her some questions about Casey.
Dewey?
That's Deputy Riley today, Sid.
How is everything?
Good.
And your dad? How's he?
After the questioning, that's when we meet the rest of Sidney's friend group, Stu Mocker, played by Matthew Lillard, and Randy Meeks, played by Jamie Kennedy, as they talk about the killing of Casey.
Is that before or after he sliced and diced?
Fuck you, nutcase. Where were you last night?
Working, thank you.
Oh, at the video store? I thought they fired your sorry ass.
Twice.
Later, when Sidney is at home alone as she waits for Tatum to pick her up, so she's not alone at night, Sidney gets a phone call from Tatum telling her that she's on her way to pick her up. When she hangs up, she gets another phone call.
Well, I have no idea.
Scary night, isn't it? With the murders and all, it's like right out of a horror movie or something.
She also mentions to the person on the phone that all horrors are the same, where the girl runs upstairs instead of going out of the front door. That will be important soon. She also thinks the person on the phone is Randy, which we know not to be true. Remember when I said earlier that her going out the door and that would be important? Well... I love this movie so much, its meta commentary on the horror genre is so good. She runs to her room and tries to phone the police, but the cell doesn't go through. So she does it on her computer instead, but the killer disappears. That's when Billy shows up again, as they hug, but a cellular telephone falls out of his pocket, which makes Sidney think he is the one who did it. So she runs out when...
I found this.
The police arrest Billy. Also, Tatum shows up and... Got to say, I know we don't see their relationship much, but what we do see is really good. At the police station, Billy is questioned. Sidney's staying at Tatum's as they take the back exit. Gail confronts her when...
I'll look for it.
I'll send you a copy.
Nice shot.
Bitch.
No, I mean...
Yeah, Gail had that one coming. Later, Sidney is at Tatum's, but the killer calls her, but Dewey gets to the phone too late. The next day, they go to school as Sidney approaches Gail. This is also when we meet her cameraman, Kenny, played by W. Earl Brown. Inside the school, kids are running around wearing the Ghostface costume, which earlier we know from Dewey that the costume is sold all over the place and can't be tracked. Sidney ends up running into Billy as he was let out as he was locked up and couldn't make that phone call.
Whoa. You still think it's me?
No, I don't. It's just somebody was there.
Outside the school, Dewey and Gail meet up as they talk.
No, everything's under control.
Well, of course, you're here.
You're not supposed to be here.
I know. I should be in New York covering the Sharon Stone stalker, but who knew?
That is when the school principal announces that all classes are cancelled until further notice, and that the police have issued a curfew that starts at 9 PM. That's when we find out Stuart is going to be throwing a party at his house. Sidney and Tatum decide to go. Back in the school, the principal is alone in his office. He hears noises, and the second time he looks out into the corridor...
Damn little shits.
What'd you call me? Huh?
Not your friend.
This is Fred, played by Wes Craven himself, wearing a very recognisable sweater. But this is when... Later at Randy's workplace at the movie rental store, Randy and Stu are talking as Billy is also there, and Randy kind of gets, well, very him.
His body will come popping up in the last reel somewhere. Eyes gouged out, fingers cut off, teeth knocked out. See, the police are always off track with this shit. If they watch prom...
Billy also does confront Randy as they talk. Much more later, Dewey drops Tatum and Sidney off at Stu's house. They head inside as the entire house is very busy, but Gail also is there too. Dewey walks up to her, and they even head inside the house. Tatum then goes to the garage to grab some more beer. This is when Ghostface shows up.
Is that you, Randy? Cute. And what movie is this from? I spit on your garage.
After a scuffle, Tatum tries to fit through a cat flap in the garage door. As she is stuck, the killer makes the garage door go up, which ends in her death. The party is then over with only some people still in Stu's home. Sidney is trying to find Tatum, but that's when Billy shows up as Stu tells them,
You know, you guys can talk. Whatever. Subtlety, Stu. You should look it up.
No, it's okay.
As Billy and Sidney talk, they begin to get hot and heavy. But then we cut to Randy and others watching Halloween. This is where we get one of my favourite scenes in this movie.
Rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex.
Dewey goes and talks to Gail, and as he says that the sheriff called a report of a car in the woods near Stu's home. He and Gail go to check it out, Once Gail and Dewey find the car, it's Sydney's father's car. Back with Sydney and Billy, after they have had sex, she is still a little skeptical of Billy, but that's when the killer shows up attacking Billy.
Oh my god.
Sydney.
Billy, watch out!
The killer and Sydney have a chase around the home. Sydney also finds Tatum's body. The killer also finds Randy, but is distracted by a noise outside. As Sydney arrives back at the house, she finds Dewey, who is injured.
Sydney?
Dewey!
After more of a chase, Sydney has a gun as she points it at Randy and Stu, as both try to get her to shoot the other. But she closes the door behind them. Billy shows up, showing himself alive. As he gets to her, he takes the gun from her, letting Randy inside. When...
I'm mad!
We all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy!
She runs into Stu, who also reveals to be one of the killers. As well as they are in the kitchen, this is where one of my other favourite lines is said.
Sid, don't you blame the movies! Movies don't create psychos! Movies make psychos more creative! Stop it, Billy, would you, alright?
After Gail confronts them, but then Gail has a gun pointed at them, but it has the safety on. Once she's knocked out, Stu sees that Sydney is gone. Sydney also phones them as Billy gets pissed.
You dipshit, get up! I can't, Billy. Oh, you cut me too deep. I think I'm dying here, man.
As Billy walks into the hallway, he is attacked by Sydney in the Ghostface costume. That's when Stu and Sydney end up in a scuffle, ending in his death.
I always had a thing for you, Sid!
Randy and Sydney are together when...
Fuck you!
But Gail saves her, shooting Billy. This is usually when the killer does one final scare.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
This is when the movie ends with Gail talking about the events of what happened and the camera fading out into black as the credits roll. This movie is the movie that solidified me as a horror fan. I had watched other horror movies, but this one is the one that made me the fan that I am. Scream is an amazing movie and has a special place in my heart. The acting in the movie is so good. Everyone puts in their best and makes it for an entertaining horror movie. And the meta commentary on the horror genre is really well done too. So with that said, I would give this movie a 9.5 out of 10 rating. But the movie does have other things about it that make it amazing, and it's just great acting wise. Neve Campbell does a great job. Skeet Ulrich, you know, everyone on the cast and crew did for a great movie, and Wes Craven is probably one of my favourite horror directors that there is, and it's sad that he won't, obviously with his passing, it's sad that he won't make any more movies, but yeah, Scream is the movie that made me the horror fan that I am, so that's why I really like this movie and why it's got the rating that it does. So, I hope everybody did enjoy today's movie review. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Obviously, these are redo reviews. I will probably redo a lot of horror movie reviews that I have done in the past with the old format, before I got the teleprompter and all that. By the way, I hope the camera footage is a bit better. I'm not using my webcam this time. I'm using my phone that I am projecting from my phone to my computer so I can record with OBS. So I hope it looks fine. The lighting might be a bit off in some areas, so I think I need to change that and get some like lighting and stuff. But for now, this is probably how I would do it. I'm only using my webcam for streaming now. This is a lot better and it looks a lot better in my opinion. But I hope you did enjoy today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the good stuff. Go to the links down below to all our social medias and all that. Go check out the podcast and everything. This week on the podcast, we are talking Bram Stoker's Dracula. So, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I hope everybody does enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, keep on watching, keep watching horror, and I'll see you horror fans later.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Look,